What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing my 2021 NBA mock draft. I haven't done a mock draft this year for the NBA, and the NBA draft is today, so I thought I would do one. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get into it. To start off, Detroit Pistons. With the first pick in the draft, we'll be taking Cade Cunningham. That is a no-brainer. Cade Cunningham is the best prospect in this class. And Cade Cunningham is generational talent. He's truly amazing. He was at Oklahoma State. He's a 6'8" point guard. He's got the speed. He's got athleticism. And he has that height for a point guard. So I think it's a no-brainer for the Detroit Pistons. Second pick in the draft, I think the Houston Rockets, they could take Evan Mobley, but I think they will take Jalen Green because I think Jalen Green is the best fit for them. Jalen Green may not. They could use a center like they have Christian Wood, but they could put a guy next to him. But I think Jalen Green is overall the better fit for them. Trying to get off that John Wall contract, and they're trying to get off that John Wall contract and trying to replace him with a young guy. And I think Jalen Green could be that guy to replace him. He could work with Kevin Porter Jr., and that could be the future of the Houston Rockets and replace the once James Harden and Russell Westbrook, or James Harden and Chris Paul, and it could be Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green. I like this idea, and I think that is the pick for the Rockets. Third pick, the Cleveland Cavaliers. They got Jarrett Allen from the James Harden trade, so I think they take Jalen Suggs with this pick. Jalen Suggs, I think overall is the most pro-ready player in this class, and I think at 3, the Cavs could pair him up Darius Garland and Colin Sexton, and that could be the future of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and possibly even the future of the NBA. Maybe not, but definitely that trio could work out. Colin Sexton could be on the trading block, but Darius Garland and Jalen Suggs still would work out perfectly. And with the fourth pick in the draft, the Toronto Raptors will solve their center problems and take Evan Mobley out of the University of Southern California. Mobley is an athletic specimen. He's very quick for a 7-footer, and I just think he's a great pick. And I think it's a high risk, high reward, but overall, I think it's a steal with the fourth pick. The Raptors need that center, and they have Chris Boucher, but I don't really think he's a true center. And they have Pascal Siakam, but he's not really a center. So they get in that center and possibly a franchise center. Now, it is a high risk, but it also could be a high reward. And with the fifth pick in the draft, the Orlando Magic will take Jonathan Kuminga out of the G League. I think overall Jonathan Kuminga fits better than Scottie Barnes. They could go Scottie Barnes. I wouldn't be opposed to that at all. But I think overall Jonathan Kuminga fits their roster better, and I think they will take him. But Jonathan Kuminga out of the G League, a great power forward. And then with the sixth pick, the Oklahoma City Thunder will be taking Scottie Barnes out of Florida State. Scottie Barnes is probably the best small forward in this draft class, and I think he is. He's very talented. He got the three-point shot. He's great in the paint, can pull up from mid-range. So I think it's a great pick for the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have completely reconstructed their roster with picks, and I think Scottie Barnes could be a superstar for the future for them. And with the seventh pick in the draft, the Golden State Warriors, from the D'Angelo Russell trade, I believe, I could be incorrect, but Golden State Warriors will select Davion Mitchell out of Baylor. He was a national champion and probably the best player on that national championship Baylor team. And I think, obviously, you could say they could go James Bouknight or Josh Giddey, but I think Davion Mitchell could sit behind Steph Curry, and then he could eventually develop to be the starting point guard. And I think Davion Mitchell is definitely an amazing point guard. Got some good shooting ability. He's got inside. He can drive to the paint. So I think Davion Mitchell, the national champion, will be the seventh pick in the draft. The eighth pick, the Orlando Magic. I think the Orlando Magic will take James Bouknight out of UConn. I think this is a good pick for them. We really don't know what's going on with Markelle Fultz. He could be the starter but he always has had injury concerns. In RJ Hampton, he's a good player, but I think James Bouknight overall will be able to develop for the Orlando Magic and become the 8th pick in the draft and be able to develop in the Magic system. I think he will get better and eventually will be the starter for them. With the 9th pick, the Sacramento Kings will select Franz Wagner out of Michigan. They could go a big man. They could go Usman Garuba or Alperen Sengun, but I think that's a bit of a reach. I think Franz Wagner is a good pick for them with the 9th pick in the draft. They really need that big man, and they could use a small forward too. They have Tyrese Halliburton, but I don't think he's a true small forward. They could be moving on from Buddy Hield, so I think he could definitely fill in as a small forward, and I think it's a good pick for them. And with the 10th pick in the draft, the Memphis Grizzlies traded from the New Orleans Pelicans. I think the Memphis Grizzlies will take – I think they'll take Josh Giddey out of Australia. I think overall it's a good fit because I don't know if Dillon Brooks is their long-term starter. You could say he is, but I don't think so. I think Josh Giddey, he was good overseas, and I think he definitely could fill in for the Memphis Grizzlies. You can put him put him next to Ja Morant. I don't think Dillon Brooks is a long-term guy. And with the 11th pick, the Charlotte Hornets will select Jalen Johnson out of Duke. I think Jalen Johnson is an absolute stud. He was great at Duke, and I think the Charlotte Hornets, they had Gordon Hayward. They signed him to that big contract. But long term, I think Jalen Johnson's the best fit. And he could run the 4 and play power forward, and they could use some big man help. So I like this pickup, and I think Jalen Johnson will be a long-term starter for the Charlotte Hornets. And with the 12th pick in the draft, the San Antonio Spurs, they could really go anywhere with this pick. I could see them going Keon Johnson. I could see them going Corey Kispert. But I think overall they got DeJounte Murray, they got Derek White. I think they could use a small forward to put it with DeJounte Murray. And I think DeMar DeRozan could be on his way out. So I think they take Corey Kispert out of Gonzaga. And that leaves Keon Johnson still on the board. But I think overall, Corey Kispert, DeMar DeRozan could be gone. Corey Kispert was one of the best players on that Gonzaga team, has an amazing three-point shot. So I think he'll be good for the San Antonio Spurs. And with the 13th pick, the Indiana Pacers, where could they go with this pick? Now, I don't think they really need guard help. They got Brogdon. They got Karis LeVert. They got Jeremy Lamb. But they could, at the same time, Keon Johnson, they could go, and I think they will go Keon Johnson. He could run the 3 for them. And I just don't think the Indiana Pacers, they deal with injuries, and I think as a whole, they could use a small forward, and I think Keon Johnson definitely could run that small forward position. With the 14th pick, I think the Golden State Warriors will take a power forward, and that is not Usman Garuba, and that is a reach, you could say, but I have them going Kai Jones. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think Kai Jones is a good fit for them. He was good at Texas, and I think they need big man help. James Wiseman, I think, could be on his way out. Draymond Green's getting up there in age, and that is my 2021 mock draft. It probably won't be accurate at all, but I have Cade Cunningham going number 1, Jalen Green going 2, Jalen Suggs going 3, Evan Mobley going 4, Jonathan Kuminga 5, Scotty Barnes 6, Davion Mitchell 7, James Bouknight 8, Franz Wagner 9, Josh Giddey 10, Jalen Johnson 11, Corey Kispert 12, Keon Johnson 13, and Kai Jones 14. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If I were to change it, I'd probably swap Scotty Barnes and Jonathan Kuminga. But other than that, that's my 2021 NBA mock draft. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.